It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's March, it's tournament time. Here are my picks, previews, predictions for the Big Ten tournament. All right, let's start with these first round games on Wednesday. We've got Northwestern, the 12 seed, taking on the 13 seed Nebraska. Congratulations, Huskers. With that win over Wisconsin, you got out of the basement of the Big Ten Conference. And boy, has this Nebraska team been on as of late. Beating Ohio State, beating Wisconsin, beating a couple of ranked teams. Haven't done a lot of that in a very long time at the University of Nebraska. You can tell, ever since the vote of confidence from Trev Alberts, Fred Hoiberg and the Huskers have been playing really good. And they beat Wisconsin on the road without Bryce McGowens. Let's see if they get him back. It appears that may be the case. But either way, I think Nebraska beats Northwestern. They're on a roll right now. Let's look at the other one. 11 seed Penn State, 14 seed Minnesota. The Gophers all season long, first year under Ben Johnson, lost a lot of players after Richard Pitino got fired and everything. Jamison Battle has been really good. But in order for them to beat Penn State, which they did once this season, but in order for them to beat Penn State, they're going to need more than Jamison Battle. I look back to that Maryland game a few games back where Battle, I think, went off for 39, 40 points. And they still ended up on the short end to the Terps. I think Penn State wins this game. I think they're a little bit more balanced than Minnesota. But it wouldn't surprise me to see the Gophers win. Let's advance to Thursday, the second round. Let's go right to Penn State, the team that I just talked about. Ohio State. Penn State. Buckeyes need a win. Man, if they lose to Penn State, I think they'll still be in the tournament. But boy, who knows? They might be a double-digit seed. Who knows? They've really been sliding as of late. Ohio State needs this win, and a little bit of a desperation play, I think, gets them the win, although I think this could be a close game. Buckeyes move on. Let's move up the bracket. Maryland taking on Michigan State. They just played on Sunday. Michigan State trounced them in that basketball game. So, Michigan State's getting good at the right time, which should surprise absolutely nobody. This is a team built for the month of March each and every single season. Michigan State moves on, defeating Maryland. Let's look at Iowa and Nebraska. Like we said before, Nebraska's hot. Iowa, Keegan Murray. Do they have enough, Iowa, to be a serious contender for the Big Ten Championship? This is going to be a big first test for the Iowa Hawkeyes to see where this team is as we enter the month of March and as we enter these conference and national tournaments. I think Iowa wins, but it's close. Very close. Last game of the second round, Indiana and Michigan. This is a must-win for either team. Loser goes to the NIT / goes home. Right now, projections have Indiana as the number one seed in the NIT. So a win in this round, maybe a win in the next round could get them into the NCAA tournament. Both of these teams square on the bubble. Here's what I think. Hunter Dickinson was out with the stomach flu in Sunday's game against Ohio State. He'll be back for the Big Ten tournament. And then if Devontae Jones plays like he played against Ohio State, this is a dangerous combo. I think this team's going to be motivated. They're going to be pissed. Yeah, with what happened with Juwan Howard, and now Juwan Howard is back, he's going to be motivated to get this team on a good Big Ten tournament run. I think they're playing pretty well down the stretch here. I like Michigan to beat Indiana. I think Indiana will not make the NCAA tournament this year. Let's move on to the Big Ten quarterfinals. Let's go to the bottom of the bracket. Ohio State and Purdue. Ohio State, I think, is going to be playing with a little bit of desperation to try to win. I'm not sold on Purdue, right? The one time these two teams met this year was a 3-point win at Mackey Arena for the Boilermakers. I think Purdue needs to win this game to still be respected on a higher seed line. I think Purdue wins. I think they got a little bit more depth. And although both of these teams have been known to slide at times, I think Purdue will slide less. And Purdue gets the win over the Buckeyes. How about Michigan State, Wisconsin? The big news here is Johnny Davis. The injury on the flagrant foul on Sunday against Nebraska. Michigan State playing good at the right time. I think Johnny Davis will be able to recover in time, since they have that double bye in time to face Michigan State. But this has been a battle each time these two teams have played this season. It's always a battle when the Badgers and Sparty go at it on the basketball court. It's a tough one for me. I think Wisconsin pulls it out by that much. It's really close. It's really close. I think Michigan State is a team that can make a run toward the Big Ten championship. Let's take a look at Iowa and Rutgers. Okay. Both of these teams are in the NCAA tournament. Rutgers is playing in a place that they haven't played before, right? A few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, they were the bottom. They were the 14th seed in the Big Ten tournament, and now they got the double bye. I think Iowa wins the game. I do. I think they got better star power. I think they got better scoring power. They've got more offensive prowess. Rutgers is a good defensive basketball team, but I think the offense is too much for the Hawkeyes. Iowa gets into the Big Ten semifinals. How about Michigan and Illinois? Up until this point, I've played it safe. And we know one thing about the month of March. Playing it safe doesn't get you anywhere. So this is where I deviate from playing it safe. Michigan, they're motivated. They got to win probably a couple of games, to be honest with you, to get into the NCAA tournament. And they do it. They knock off Illinois. I really think they can get this done. I think Hunter Dickinson goes up, man up with Kofi Cockburn, contains them. They don't stop them, but they contain them. Guard play good for the University of Michigan. I think they're extremely motivated right now to get into the NCAA tournament. They upset the number 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament, Illinois. I got Michigan beating Illinois. Now let's get to the semifinals. Wisconsin and Purdue. This was a great game before. It's going to be a great game again, except this time I got Purdue getting over Wisconsin. I think that loss to Nebraska is going to hurt the Badgers more than people think. I think they squeaked by Michigan State, as I said before, but I think Purdue has a good shooting day. I'm going to take Purdue knocking off Wisconsin and advancing to the final. Let's see what else we got here. We've got Michigan taking on Iowa in the semifinals. Michigan and Iowa, Michigan wins. I got the Michigan Wolverines right now. That, like I said, motivation. They played really well in the season finale leading up into this game. I think they got good players, and this is a good team. They might be playing with a little bit of frustration. I've got Michigan knocking out the Hawkeyes. Michigan and Purdue. Purdue is my Big Ten champion. I got the Boilermakers. I've been up and down. You know, I still think Purdue could get bounced in the first round of the NCAA tournament. But in terms of these matchups, this is how I think the Big Ten tournament plays out, with Purdue taking home the Big Ten tournament trophy when all is said and done. What do you guys think? Where do you think these matchups will take place? Indianapolis Big Ten tournament. How do you think it would all break down? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the Boilermakers are going to win it all? Do you agree with my pick to see Michigan make a run in the Big Ten tournament? Or do you think they're going to get bounced right away by IU? Make sure you subscribe. Plenty of basketball content coming up this week. I'm Big Ten Ted, and we will see you in the next one.